Hey everybody, welcome to Mind of AK. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, hey, welcome back. My name is AK Wright, and I am a writing sculptor, sculpting writer, or whatevs. I am going back to the very first thing that started this whole channel with a sculpting makeover. Here's today's assignment. What can I make with two forks? How about this thing? If you thought Ghost Pepper Reaper, me too. Cue the intro. Inside my mind. Ghost Pepper Reaper. Don't ask me where this idea came from. I honestly do not know. I saw two forks and this is where I went with it. But I am so excited to make this week for you guys. I'm also making some very intense eyes. They are bright green. They are staring to your soul-worthy eyes, if I do say so myself. But overall, this was a very fun project, and I can't wait to share it with you guys this week. I also want to just touch on one thing. If you could, please stay to the end of the video, because I am doing a very, very special giveaway, because you all are also amazing. You know why? You helped me hit 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Amazing. I cannot thank you all enough. I was not anticipating how my journey here was going to go, but you all are showing me that you all either A, like my stuff, or B, want to see me continue to make this kind of stuff for you. I definitely will. You all are amazing. The support has been absolutely terrific. Thank you all so much. And I'll have all the details for my giveaway here at the end of the video. It's literally the only thing I can think of to do, just to say thank you all for helping me grow, and I will continue to grow in front of you, and we hope to have more fun here on the channel. So as you saw, I did do my base armature, and I'm bending the prongs of the forks because I want this guy to have some really gnarly hair at the end of the video. Just forewarning, I am doing, or foreshadow I should say, I do bring out the fabric tack. It's some yarn again, but we got to bulk up this guy here this week. So that's all my foil going on. I do use ultralight, but I don't use a lot of ultralight. Reason for that is I want this to look almost as similar to a Carolina Reaper or a Ghost Pepper as you can. So I didn't want there to be too much of a smooth base at the bottom. I didn't want the clay to help formulate itself and also make the shape of a pepper. I am not sure if I got close. I think I did pretty decent. Let me guys know what you think in the comments whenever you watch it, my end result. And I definitely would like the feedback on it this week. So as you see, this is the piece out the oven. I do for all pieces, whether it's ultralight, Super Sculpting Original, boom right there. I do bake everything at 275 degrees for 20 to 30 minutes and let it cool down fully before I move on to my next step. This is the next step here. As you see, we are putting on that Super Sculpting Original. For these, I would have used cosplay for the sleeves of the creature, but I'm out of cosplay at the moment, so I'm waiting for mine to get restocked back in. But we did it with the original, and it still works. I think it came out great, and we're moving forward. Now, with the prongs on the forks, I did run into a little bit of trouble. You'll see here in a couple seconds with the clay sticking. So I had to use some oven baked clay adhesive, which you see me drizzling on. I do brush it in. And then the clay, it gives it a bit of a glue for it to stick to. It is very similar to Elmer's glue, but it is oven safe. I would not recommend using Elmer's glue in an oven or anywhere near heat. I don't believe it is conducive for that. This type of oven baked clay adhesive is the best stuff to use for that. So we're going to detail, and this is kind of what I was alluding to earlier. On the foil, it kind of shapes itself to look like a pepper. You know, peppers are kind of pruny, very, very, very not smooth, and other places. So that's what I was kind of looking for. I didn't want to use my Sculptato that I introduced last week because I didn't want there to be too thick of clay on it, and I feared the Sculptato would actually make the clay rub off and had to make me apply more. So we just basically used what aluminum foil gave us this week, and I think it came out really, really well. I didn't want there to be a lot of fingers on the piece this week either. Just 2 fingers was enough, and thought that was a cool look. Look at these eyes, guys. Did I tell you these eyes are like Give me all your money right now, eyes. Hopefully you guys aren't too freaked out by it, but I really liked how these eyes came out. And also the mouth also was very cool. Now I will state, I don't know how it got to the end result, but I will admit that this was starting to look like a rabbit at one point. When I put on these lips with a piece of separating in between it, it does look like a beak. So I went from a bunny bird for some reason when I started this. Here goes the beak part here. I don't know how it got to this point, but here we are. But I swear it does not look like any type of animal. It probably should have looked like an animal. Maybe. I don't know. That's your opinion, and your opinion is just as valid. But I really did like how this came out. So we're just detailing the mouth. And then the teeth, I will say on this week, the teeth were super, super difficult. I think it was simply because the clay that I was using was way too soft this week. If it was a little bit harder, like Super Sculpting Firm or even medium, I wouldn't have had issues. But the clay kind of was pushing in on itself. I did get it to work, but it did take a little bit of extra time this week. And once we get these teeth done, believe it or not, we are already time to paint. And the painting on this was so much fun this week. I can't wait to let you guys see it. Let's get right into that. Alright, so we got our Ghost Pepper Reaper out the oven. It was piping hot, but now it's cooled down. I had to get a heat drunk in this somehow. This is the only one, I promise. So, what we're going to do, this was my goal this week. I wanted this to be, again, a blend between a ghost pepper, a regular red pepper, and a Carolina Reaper. Now, I am not a aficionado with spice. I watch Hot Ones every week, but that's like the extent of it. I will tear up a spicy chicken sandwich at Wendy's every now and then. I actually might get one today. That sounds amazing. Anyway, what I wanted to do, I did use some reference shots, and I wanted there to be a mix of both. So what we're doing first is the color palette for a Carolina Reaper. I wanted this to be the base color this week because I figured it would be easier to do a darker color first and then build up the layers with lighter colors versus the vice versa of that. So what I did is, this is a mixer of barn red, beige, black, and a touch of gray to get this base color. And then I mix more black into my base color, and I darken it to be the inside of the sleeves. I think once I'm done with the painting, with a few steps in the future with my color shift paints, these started to look like, to me, the Carolina Reaper pepper that a lot of people torture themselves with eating. Which I want to ask you guys that too. For those of you who are massive fans of peppers, why do you eat them? Is it just a thrill ride? Do you guys actually like the taste? I know some of these, actually I read online, can actually kill you if they're ingested. I'm not sure. I'm a little bit scared to try them, but if you guys know anything differently about peppers that I don't, let me know in the comments. I'm always willing to try, but I also want to extend my life at the same time. So if you guys know something I don't, let me know. I definitely would like to learn that. What you saw on my previous shot is I wanted there to also be an earthy tone to it too. I wanted it to appear that this guy grew right out of the ground, so I did put some green tendrils on him, and I also did some black washing, which you see now. You all know that have followed me in the past. I am not a fan of black washing. I know it's a very crucial step, and for this week it especially was crucial. But I did that on the teeth and the whole body. I just am not a fan of it. I'm trying to find better ways of doing this where I don't feel like I'm just throwing black water on my piece. Again, as I say every week, I'm here to learn as well as share. So if anyone has any great black washing tips, please let me know in the comments, and I would definitely appreciate it. I did paint the green stem on top of it, and I'm adding some red stems. So again, I want this to be a hybrid of all of that. I am now extremely brushing on some bright red paint. Now, this wasn't a conventional dry brushing. I actually did, I didn't wipe off a lot of paint. I just took some red and just went to town on the sleeves, on his back, on his face. I wanted it to be like he was different levels of hot all at once. So you get Carolina on the sleeves, that's torture. You go to try to bite his neck, you're basically in the hospital. I didn't want there to be, I wanted it to be a blend, but I did also want it to be somewhat uniform. I know it doesn't make any sense, but neither does a lot of my thoughts, so. This is the step I was speaking of, though, to move forward. I had some red color shift paint, and I brushed it on the inside of the sleeves, this specific color. And I think, tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I think they actually look like the standard REAPER pepper that I've seen on Google. And I have a lighter version of this color that I'm dry brushing on the face and also his back. So it has a little bit of dimension and actually looks to me like this guy is on fire. Okay, there was another joke. Was that even a joke? Do we want to count that as a joke? Maybe we don't. But here goes the eyes again. As far as that. As far as this. And then here goes me putting on some yarn. Now, you see the red yarn in the background. Spoiler, I did not use the red yarn. I just used the green. I wanted it to be like a twist on this moving forward. As far as that. But I just decided to use the green. I figured green was enough, and we just used that. And this part was a bit difficult. I should have used some thicker wire instead of the floral wire that I used, but it ended up being fine. And actually, it's a nice little twist. It actually looks like it is, you could actually pose them too. So I thought that part was a nice niche that I wasn't expecting, but it works out great. And once we get through this and put these on, we're actually, believe it or not, at the end. This was a super quick one this week, but super fun. We paint the base. I'm dry brushing on this, that color shift red again. And I'll put some gold at the bottom. If you want, join in on the fun, guys. Let's do it. Lights, camera, smaction. I'm gonna be honest with you guys this week. I loved how this came out, but I'm gonna leave it up to you. Did I hit my idea? If you saw this, would you be like, man, that is a very scary ghost pepper reaper? Or would you be like, man, this is a very, very ugly California raisin? I'll put myself out there. I had fun with it though. I really did. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Let me know you guys' thoughts in the comments either way. I really would like to read them. But let me go ahead and get into this contest. So this is what I made for you guys. I made an ice and a fire pendant. If you're looking to win, all you have to do is go to the link in my description, fill out the 4 questions by midnight on July 15th. I will announce the winners on my Instagram at MindofAK, and boom, that is it. There are going to be 2 of them I give away. And you don't have to join my Patreon to join, but if you wanted to, you could. It's right there. But this is open up for everybody for helping me get to where I'm at. For everyone who's liked, subscribed, this is for you guys. What also is here for you guys is my teaser for next week. Think of something beach themed. Alright, that's it for this week, guys. Take it easy. Inside my